ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, the Samam Bonam, Chapter 89. Krishna and Arjun retrieve a Brahmana's sons. Verse number? Verse number 12, 10.89.12. Shri Shukavacha Evam Bruvane Vaikunte Brigus Tanmandaraya Gira Nirvritas Tarpitas Tusnim Bhakti Utkanto Ashrulochana. Shri Shukavacha Evam Bruvane Vaikunte Brigus Tanmandaraya Gira Nirvritas Tarpitas Tushnim Bhaktya Utkanto Ashrulochana. Shri Shukavacha Evam Bruvane Vaikunte Brigus Tanmandaraya Gira Nirvritas Tarpitas Tushnim Bhakti Utkanto Ashrulochana. Shri Shukavacha Evam Bruvane Vaikunte Brigus Tanmandaraya Gira Nirvitas Tarpitas Tushnim Bhakti Utkanto Ashrulochana. Shri Shukavacha Evam Bruvane Vaikunte Mandaya Gira Nirvitas Tarpitas Tushnim Bhakti Utkanto Ashrulochana. Shri Shukavacha Evam Bruvane Vaikunte Brigustan Mandaraya Gira Nirvitas Tarpitas Tushnim Bhakti Utkanto Ashrulochana. Mataji Shukavacha Evam Bruvane Vaikunte Brigustan Mandaraya Gira Nirvitas Tarpitas Tushnim Bhakti Utkanto Ashrulochana. Mataji. Shri Shukavacha Shukadeva Goswami said, Evam, in this way, Bruvani, having spoken, Vaikunthe, Lord Vishnu, Bhrigu, Brigu tat his mandraya solemn gira by the words Nivrita delighted Tarpita gratified Tushnim was silent Bhakti with devotion Utkantha overwhelmed Ashru tears Lochana in whose eyes. Translation and purport by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Shukadeva Goswami said, Bhrigu felt satisfied and delighted to hear the solemn words spoken by Lord Vaikuntha. Overwhelmed with devotional ecstasy, he remained silent, his eyes brimming with tears. Purport. Bhrigu could not offer the Lord any words of praise because his throat was choking with tears of ecstasy. In the opinion of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti, the sage should not be condemned for his offensive behavior, since his role in this transcendental pastime was arranged by the personality of Godhead. Om Ajnantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So I will divide the class into two parts because I have been requested to speak on Kartik month also. We are continuing to read this chapter of 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Shukadeva Goswami is narrating an test, an experiment conducted by various sages with the help of Bhrigu Muni to identify who is the Supreme Person whom, if the population worship, they will get highest benefit. So when Bhrigu Muni goes to take the examination, they select three candidates: Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu. That one of them should be suitable for worship, highest benefit. So then how to take exam? You cannot give them question paper, all three will get 100 marks. It's not a knowledge exam or multiple choice questions or speed, how fast you can solve 30 problems. So they decided the parameter for exam will be who has how much mode of goodness? Who has how much sattvic gun, mode of goodness? Now there is no mode of goodness meter. You plug in and get the digital number. So most of the qualities of mode of goodness are responses, like tolerance. It's a response to pain. Compassion is response to somebody's distress. Forgiveness is response to somebody's offense. So most of the qualities in mode of goodness are responses to what inputs you get. So Bhrigu Muni, he made an exam that he will offend these personalities, and based on the response it will be decided who has more quantity, quote unquote, of mode of goodness. Provoking. Sometimes when a person gets angry, he blames somebody else. That because he provoked me, because he spoke in high volume to me, or because he came in between my service, or because he insulted me. But actually, anger is already inside us. Somebody provoked us and we become angry, we are to be blamed. Just for example, if you go to the washroom now and open the tap of the wash basin, what will come out? Mango juice. Water. Why water will come out? Because the tank has water. If the tank had mango juice and you open the tap, mango juice will come out. It doesn't depend who and how somebody opened the tap. The output was based on the storage. In the same way, if somebody provokes me, what comes out of me depends on what I have in storage. If I have lust and anger and greed in storage, and somebody opens my tap, anger, lust, greed will come out. If I have Krishna Prem in my storage and somebody opens my tap, Krishna Prem will come out. So the whole purpose of sadhana bhakti is to change our storage. That somebody kicks me, still I give Krishna Prem. And that is what Lord Nityananda Prabhu did. He was attacked with an empty liquor pot thrown on his head, and he got wounded, blood came out. This was a provocation. Somebody opened his tap. What came out? Krishna Prem. Jagai and Madai were delivered. And like this there are so many examples. So we need to change our storage. So even if there are provoking circumstances, we remain sattvic, rather than blame who opened my tap. So Bhrigu Muni went to perform that exam, open everybody's tap and see what is in the storage. And he offended Lord Brahma by not offering respects, mental offense. And Lord Brahma got angry, but he didn't show it. He didn't express it, but it was visible on his face. Bhrigu Muni could understand he is getting angry. So he left the place. Then he verbally offended Lord Shiva, who got visibly angry, took a trident to kill Bhrigu Muni. Then now we are reading, he offended Lord Vishnu. He went into his private chambers. The Lord is lying down on the flower bed on the lap of Mother Lakshmi. And he goes and kicks the Lord on his chest. That's a very big provocation. Kicking a man. That too in front of his wife. He is bound to get angry. But here is Lord Vishnu, who gets up, smiles, and begs forgiveness. Said, my dear Brahmana, I am sorry I was not there on the door to welcome you. Please forgive me, I didn't notice you coming. He offered him a seat, sat on the floor, requested him for blessings, praised his kicking. Thank you very much for kicking. And he said, your feet must be very tender. My chest is so hard. Your feet must be paining. Let me massage it. Bhrigu Muni couldn't handle this. It was unexpected. He didn't expect this response. Not only unexpected, he was overwhelmed with ecstasy by coming in contact with Lord Vishnu. And by coming in contact with Lord Vishnu's words, so sweet speech. One of the 64 qualities of Krishna, a nectar of devotion described by Srila Rupa Goswami, is pleasant talker. Krishna speaks very sweetly. And Rupa Goswami gives example of Kaliya Leela. Towards the end of the Leela, Krishna told Kaliya very, very sweetly that, my dear Kaliya, I have nothing against you. You, me personally, no problem. We are good. You are okay, I am okay. But my cows, they have a problem drinking water here. You have polluted it. So I had to chastise you. Dil pe mat lena. It's all good. Even Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his interaction with Keshav Kashmiri, whom he defeated, he spoke to him so sweetly that he didn't feel insulted of the defeat. So that's Lord Vishnu. He spoke very sweetly. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writes in Chaitanya Chaitamrita, 4 sounds are extremely rare to hear. One is sound of Krishna's flute. Another is sound of Krishna's ankle bells. Third is Krishna's voice. And fourth is Krishna's speech. When we are fortunate to see Radha Rasbihari, we still don't hear. We don't hear his sound of the flute. We don't hear the sound of his ankle bells. We don't hear his voice. What about his speech? Anybody heard Radha Rasbihari's speech? Yes? No? Come for Bhagavad Gita class. That is his speech. Bhagavad Gita, the song of God. So something which is so rare, Srila Prabhupada has given us so easily by translating in English and publishing and distributing millions of copies. Every person can receive in his hand Krishna's speech, which is very rare and confidential. So we should go out and give this speech of Krishna to everybody. So such a rare sound, Bhrigu Muni, he was in ecstasy. Tears started coming from his eyes. He wanted to speak. He wanted to offer some prayers. He wanted to express his guilt. But he couldn't speak. The voice got stuck, choked in his throat. This is symptom of ecstasy. Hair standing on end, tears in eyes, voice getting choked, perspiration, trembling, color change, etc. So here is described two symptoms: tears in eyes and choking of voice. He came to check Satogun. Lord Vishnu asking forgiveness may be considered sattvic. But Lord Vishnu saying it is my mistake, that is not ordinary. Somebody slaps us and we say sorry. That is not ordinary. That is Shuddha Sattva, transcendental. So Lord Vishnu is transcendental. He is beyond the three modes of material nature. There are devotees and associates of Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, who are beyond the three modes. That's under Yoga Maya. And there are conditioned souls, materialist, karmis, under the three modes. They are under Mahamaya. But there is one dangerous class in between, who are under Mahamaya, but they claim to be under Yoga Maya. That is pretense. And they pretend by imitating such behavior of humility or forgiveness or apologizing, claiming to be pure. So the converse is not true. A pure sadhu will behave in a particular way. But just by behaving in that particular way, I don't become pure. For example, a pure devotee will be humble. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, I am worse than the worm in the stool. So somebody comes and says, I am worse than the worm in the stool of the worm in the stool. That doesn't make him more pure. A artificial expression of humility doesn't make us advance. Converse is not true. So one should not try to claim or pretend what one is not. Inside should be equal to outside. There are some dhongis whose followers call the sinful activities of their masters as Leela, that they are under Yoga Maya. He is smoking bidi under Yoga Maya. No, that's cheating. That's cheating. So one should not imitate. So Bhrigu Muni, he conducted his examination and he got ecstasy. And it got revealed to the whole world that Lord Vishnu is transcendental. Not just in Satogun, not just highest in Satogun, not just superior in Satogun, but he is beyond Satogun. He is transcendental. Not just a particular vehicle is the best car. That vehicle is beyond car, it is a plane. Plane also is a vehicle, but it's beyond all the cars. So Vishnu is beyond Brahma, beyond Shiva, and of course beyond all living entities. That is one of the core aspect of our philosophy. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachid Anand Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. He is cause of all causes. Janmadi asayataha samam bonam. That's Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, beyond, transcendental. And the most amazing feature now about Krishna, who is transcendental, is this month of Kartik, where we are worshipping and celebrating the pastime in which that beyond transcendental personality of Godhead gets bound. When we say He is God, when we say He is transcendental, when we say Satoguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna doesn't bind Him, how can a mere rope bind Him? But He gets bound by Mother Yashoda's love. So this pastime is not ordinary. Damodar Lila pastime was mentioned by Shukdev Goswami in Srimad Bhagavatam in a context where Parikshit Maharaj asked a question to Shukdev Goswami that how come Yashoda Maya is so fortunate that she gets to feed her breast milk to Krishna. There are ecstatic symptoms of love in a pure devotee's body, like tears in eyes, raising of hairs, and shivering, and stunned, and choking of voice, and falling unconscious, and coloring, change of colors in the skin. But never it is described in general that by seeing Krishna or hearing Krishna's name or repeating Krishna's name, milk will flow from the breast as an ecstatic symptom. But it's Yashoda Maya who has this very unique ecstatic symptom. No other devotee in rasa has this. That whenever she thinks of Krishna, milk comes out. And Krishna becomes hungry for this milk. So she is very fortunate to be able to maintain Krishna on her lap. So Parikshit Maharaj asked this question, how come, what did she do to receive this fortune? So Shukdev Goswami gave the whole story of Drona and Dhara, who performed severe tapasya under the guidance of Lord Brahma to become father and mother of Krishna. But even after the whole story, Parikshit Maharaj was not satisfied and Shukdev Goswami was not satisfied, because by tapasya you cannot obtain such a fortune. This fortune was not obtained by Brahma, Shiva or even Mother Lakshmi, who also did tapasya. So in order to explain to Parikshit Maharaj that Drona and Dhara are just partial expansions of Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, they are eternal associates who conquer Krishna with love, he shared the Damodar Leela. The Yashoda Maya is not ordinary. Nobody else can do tapasya and become Yashoda Maya, that's Mayavad. In Vatsalya Rasa, she is the topmost. She is a Raga Atmika Bhakta in Vatsalya, who is to be followed by Raganuga devotees. if they understand the rasa as Vatsalya. She is the leader of that group of devotees in Vatsalya. So after Damodar Leela happened, in few days there was a meeting of Nanda Maharaj. He is the king of all the cowherd men and the villagers. And in that meeting were present Nanda Maharaj's elder brother Upananda. And Nanda Maharaj has 4 brothers, they are 5 in total. He is third one, center one, but he is the king because of his good qualities. And Yashoda Maiya is the queen. So Upananda, in the meeting, he put a proposal. He said, Nanda Maharaj, I have a proposal. He said, I heard from my wife that day, every day morning, Upananda and his wife and other brothers and their wives of Nanda Maharaj, other brothers of Nanda Maharaj and their wives would every day go to see Krishna Balram. So one day Upananda had to go to the field, so he didn't go early morning. So when he returned home, he asked his wife, did you go today to see Krishna Balram? I couldn't go. Upananda's wife said, yes, I don't miss Mangala Aarti. I went. So he said, is everything okay? How is Krishna Balram? All good? She said, yes, it's okay. But Yashoda Maiya is not okay. He got concerned. What happened? She said, Yashoda Maiya is very, very much in anxiety. Whenever a stranger girl comes in the village, she has fear, Putana has come again to kill my child. Because Putana came as a strange girl, beautiful girl. So she has fear. Whenever little wind blows, she has fear, Trinavat has come to kidnap my child. And wind keeps blowing in the village. So she is into anxiety. And whenever Krishna Balram play near a tree, she has fear, this tree will fall now. So she is in fear 24 hours. Just to elevate her fear, she got 4 gopis to help her as spies. There was no CCTV, so spies. She gave them money and she said, you 4 always spy on Krishna Balram without they knowing it. Let them play, let them do whatever they want to do. You should keep a watch. And if you sense danger, don't get involved. If you sense danger, come and report to me. I will personally come and protect them. So the 4 spies were there. And Krishna Balram whole day are playing on the street, in the courtyard, outside the house. Now Krishna Balram came to know somebody is spying on us. Which children like spies when they are playing? You cannot freely do masti. So they didn't like. So what did they do? They would play and run in the bushes in such a way that they will exit from a different direction and the spies will lose them. They would not know where these boys went. So they will rush back to Yashoda Maiya, says, Gayab ho gaye, bacche gayab ho gaye, they are lost. Maiya's anxiety would increase every day rather than decrease. The purpose of the spies was to decrease the anxiety, but anxiety started increasing. And Krishna Balram are very naughty. They would kind of do so much mischief that Yashoda Maiya had trouble. Shukdev Goswami describes a very nice lunch pastime which happened on the day of Damodar Leela in the afternoon. Krishna Balram are playing on the street. Yashoda and Rohini are in the kitchen. So Yashoda says, Rohini, Cooking is done. I will clean the kitchen. You call the boys, bathe them, get them ready so we can feed them prasad. So Rohini goes on the door of the house and she sees Krishna Balram playing on the other side of the street with boys in the mud, in the dust. So she calls, Krishna, Balram, come home, lunch is ready. But the boys don't respond. She raises her volume, Krishna, Balram, come home. They don't respond. 10 times she calls them. Not a single time the boys respond. Not a single time they say, we are not coming, we are not hungry, 5 minute baad, or acknowledge, make a eye contact or wave hand. Nothing doing, as if she doesn't exist. So Rohini gets tired, she goes inside, she tells Yashoda, boys are not listening to me, I will clean the kitchen, you call them. So Yashoda goes on the door, she sees boys on the other side of the street playing in mud. She calls, Krishna, Krishna. As soon as she says Krishna, milk starts flowing from her breast, her sari becomes wet. This is her love. Even when Krishna was around 100 years maybe, he was a grandfather, he met Yashoda Maiya in Kurukshetra. At that time also milk started flowing from her breast. No mother would have milk for the child after 100 years. But she had it. That is her love. That is her ecstasy. So she thought this is a good strategy, a good idea, because children get attracted to milk. So she called, Krishna, Krishna, come, come, drink my milk. Hoping that Krishna will come running. But what happened? The idea failed. Krishna didn't get attracted, he continued playing. But Mother Yashoda is expert, she has 108 ideas. So he used idea number 2. She called Balram. He said, Balram, you are elder brother, bring your naughty younger brother here. Sometimes mother use this idea if there are 2 children. They glorify the elder child and say, this is very mischievous, you bring, you do, you control. And the elder brother is happy to do it. So he said, Balram, you are elder child, elder brother, bada bhai, bring your naughty brother here. This idea worked, failed. Balram also not interested, he wants to play. Yashoda Maya at number 3, idea number 3. She said, Krishna, look, you are playing since morning, your whole body is dusty, you must be hungry. Come home, take bath, I will fondle you, put on you fresh clothes, decorate you, feed you, then you go and play again. I am not telling not to play. I am just telling take a break. Come home, forget freshen up, eat, go and play again. Mothers do that with the children. Come, eat and go again. This was a good idea. Did it work? No. Failed. Krishna not interested in coming home and taking bath and fondled and decorate and food, prasad. So idea number 4. Krishna said, Krishna, Balram, your father is waiting for you. Nanda Baba, he has come from the field and he is hungry, but he will not eat without you. So come home, eat with him. As soon as Krishna Balram heard father is waiting, they immediately started walking towards home. It is essential that children very highly respect the parents, father especially. So this helps when the child is going on a wrong path, the father with one finger can control the child and bring on the right path. So as they were walking towards the house, all the other friends of Krishna started making noise. He said, Hari bol, what is happening? Whenever our game is at peak, Krishna lives in between. From tomorrow we will not accept him in our game. Krishna heard that from tomorrow they will play, I will be in the audience. I will not be allowed to play in mud. In between, he took a U-turn and went back. This idea failed. Another idea, Mother Yashoda, is Krishna, do you know what is today? Today is Janmashtami. Today is your birthday. Come home. Distribute gifts to the Brahmanas. Put on new clothes. Eat sweets. And many times this idea would work. Because Krishna loves to celebrate his birthday. Even though it is not birthday, Yashoda Maya will just say. And he will come running. And like this 6-7 birthdays he will celebrate per year those days. But today this idea also didn't work. Krishna is not interested in birthday. So when Krishna took a U-turn and went back, Mother Yashoda, the idea failed. She got little angry. She raised her volume. Said, Krishna, are you Tapori? Tapori is Bombay language. Bhagavatam language is, are you street boy? Whole day on the street, don't you have home? Come home. She raised her volume, calling Krishna street boy. Whole day on street. Did it work? It failed. Krishna not interested. Idea number 7. See Krishna, competition idea. Krishna, look at other boys. They went home, their mother bathed them, put them fresh clothes, fed them. Now they are coming and playing. Why don't you also come? I'll bathe you, decorate you better than them, feed you nicely. You go and play. Children like to imitate other children. So come beta, come home. Did it work? Failed. Krishna not interested in competition. He just wants to play. Idea number 8 worked. Should I tell you? That's a paid subscription. She crossed the street, caught hold of his ears and brought him home. Of course, Shukdev Goswami mentions not ears, hands, because ears of small boys are very, very soft, should not pull. Hand is okay. And she pulled him home. This is how every day Yashoda Maya is troubled. So Upananda told Nanda Maharaj, look, Nanda Maharaj, you are auspicious. Yashoda is auspicious. Your Krishna is auspicious. Balram is auspicious. But still all this is happening. Putana came. Trinavar took Krishna away. It is Lord Narayan who protected our boy. What if he had fallen from the sky? What if the tree had fallen on the boy? Lord Narayana is protecting us again and again. But why should we disturb Lord Narayan like this? If all of you are auspicious and still this is happening, so this Gokul is inauspicious for this boy, let's shift to Vrindavan. There is Govardhan, there is Ramuna river, there is grass for the cows, there is land for the fields. We'll make a new town and we'll keep it very protected for Krishna Balram. So he proposed to shift the whole village, one village going to another location and making a new village only to protect Krishna Balram. How much love he has for Krishna. Nanda Maharaj said, I am okay. And everybody said, we are also okay. And next day everybody packed on their luggage in bullock cart and they were ready to ship. You see, such an easy decision they did. We have to make a change, we have to pass a resolution, still it doesn't happen. Even to change a curtain in the house takes lots of permutations and combinations today. The color has to match the walls. The budget has to be there, the fabric has to be there, it should be washing machine washable. But here they changed the whole address of the village.
just for Krishna. And if we want to advance in life, we have to agree to make a change in our life for our spiritual advancement. Of course, many of us have changed our dress and address already, from pant shirt to dhoti kurta and no hairs, and from our house to ISKCON Juhu, and our food habits and waking and sleeping habits. That's for our betterment, and we should continue this. If there is any change required for our spiritual advancement, we should do, not get stuck to our past experiences or samskaras or material education or associations or services. No, we should be happy to change for Krishna's pleasure. Whatever I am today, if I die right now, will I go back? If the answer is no, that means some change is required, and that change has to be done before death. And when will death come? I don't know. So it's urgent. Cannot buy time. So next day, everybody loaded their utensils and clothes and jewelry and household paraphernalia on the bullock carts. The biggest bullock cart was of Nanda Maharaj with the flag and all. And the most beautiful bullock cart was for the Queen, Yashoda Maya. And she was wearing very beautiful sari. Mother Rohini also decorated. And Krishna Balram wore new dress. And because they wanted to be together, Yashoda and Rohini boarded the same bullock cart. Krishna on Yashoda's lap, Balram on Rohini's lap. And lakhs of coward men and ladies, keeping the children and elderly in the center, and the able men with weapons on the border, and cows were in the front, lakhs of cows, and the procession was going, making lots of sound. From Google Earth, you will see two processions. One is black Yamuna, one is white cows. Such a long procession going towards from Gokul to Vrindavan, and all the gopis, for some reason, they will come to Yashoda's bullock cart, just an excuse to see Krishna. They'll come and say, Yashoda, yesterday you gave me recipe, I forgot, can you give me again? Yashoda, you know what Krishna did in my house? Yashoda, this utensil you gave me, I want to return it. They'll use some excuse, but actually they'll come to see Krishna. And Krishna Balram were very happy on the journey. As soon as the bullock cart started, Krishna started talking. When you get your child ready to take them outside the house, they will have lots of questions. So the first question Krishna asked, said, Maya, when will we come back home? Children ask that question, when will we come back home? Yashoda Maya said, Lala, Krishna, we are taking our home with us. For Yashoda Maya, home was everything on the bullock cart, the paraphernalia. For Krishna, the home was that walls and ceilings and windows and doors. That was there. For Yashoda Maya, home was coming with us. For Krishna, home was not coming. So Krishna didn't understand this. He is doing his pastime as a small boy. He said, home is coming with us. How can we understand this? Home is not coming with us. Before Yashoda could answer, Balram is elder brother. He understands everything. He jumped in. He said, Krishna, just like these trees are moving with us, home is also moving with us. When you are on a road in a vehicle, you will see trees also moving with you, but actually they are not moving. It appears illusion. So Balram said, Krishna, just like trees are moving, home is also moving with us. Yashoda laughed. He said, that's not true. Krishna said, okay, I understood. So then Krishna asked second question. He said, where are we going? She said, we are going to Vrindavan. Then he asked, where is Vrindavan? Maya said, Vrindavan is near Yamuna river. Krishna said, there is Yamuna river in Gokul. There is Yamuna river in Vrindavan. There are two Yamuna rivers. Maya said, no, river doesn't get divided. There is only one river. Krishna said, one river in Gokul, one river in Vrindavan, two. How can we understand it's one? Before Yashoda Maiya could answer, Balram got involved. He's the elder boy, he knows everything. He said, Lala, it's very easy. Just like trees are moving, river is also moving. Same logic. Maya laughed. He said, no, no, that's not true. Krishna said, we understood, we understood. All good. Then third and most important question Krishna asked. Maya, why we are going to Vrindavan? Why are we shifting? Yashoda Maya said, Krishna, because there is a bigger playground for you to play. As soon as Krishna heard the whole village is shifting only so that I can play nicely, he was so happy, he smiled. And as I was saying, if we make a change in our life for Krishna, he will smile. Because we are used to not changing, comfort zone it is called. But Krishna is very clever. He wants to know whether I am loving him or not. And how do I give a proof to Krishna, I love you? I can prove to Krishna, I love you by taking pain for him. When we take pain for Krishna, it's a clear proof to Krishna, I love him. And change is a pain. So Krishna wants to know, are we ready to take pain for him? So any attachments we have which are not helping us to go forward, we have to change, we have to cut. And when we do that, Krishna is pleased. The whole purpose of joining ISKCON is to grow in spiritual life. Growth means from one stage we are going to another stage. So there is a change. So this change happens, this growth happens when change happens. And it's not that we have to whole day think of change. We have to follow the process given by Srila Prabhupada. By attending Mangal Arati, chanting our rounds, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, following four regulative principles, being busy in service of Krishna, there will be changes happening. At the same time, we learn Vaishnava etiquette to change our behavior and habits. So that accelerates our growth. So a conditioned soul is comfortable in the conditioning. But growth means we are coming out of that conditioning. It's difficult, it's painful. So this pastime helps us to understand whole Vrindavan, all Brajvasis were ready to change their address just to protect Krishna. They were so much having love and affection for Krishna. So if we are advised or given feedback for some change, for our spiritual growth, for pleasure of Krishna, we should be happy to do it. Okay, we will end here. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Are there any questions or comments? Bhima Prabhu, if you have any comments. Mike?
Krishna, when he went to Mathura, he met the washerman. He said, give us some clothes. The washerman said, "No, these are the clothes of the king. You better watch yourself or you'll be punished." Krishna cut his head off.
I didn't hear the whole thing. Krishna went to Mathura. Mic is on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Krishna went to Mathura.
When he went to Mathura, he met the washerman and asked for the dhobi, right? Asked for the clothes. Dhobi said, "These belong to the king. And if you're not careful, the king will punish you." And for that, Krishna cut off his head. But here we see that Brigu kicked Lord Vishnu in the chest, and he was so, uh, amenable and accommodating. How can we adjust the two? Are we supposed to understand that, like, Vishnu is more humble than Krishna, or what?
Mhm. Well, Bhrigu Muni's kicking of Lord Vishnu is orchestrated by Vishnu himself. So Vishwanath Thakur writes that he is a puppeteer and Bhrigu Muni is a puppet. Just like, actually, forgot to mention this. Just as Jai Vijay were under Yog Maya and Vishnu arranged them this pastime so that he can come down and play demon with them. So he arranged Bhrigu Muni as a puppet to kick him, so this pastime unfolds. This Vishwanath Thakur writes. And as far as that washerman is concerned, he is Kamsa's associate and Asura. And when Krishna came to Mathura and saw him, he was on the list of Krishna to be killed. But Krishna thought, let me give him a chance to serve me so that he gets liberated directly without killing. So he gave him a chance and told him, why don't you give me clothes? You will get benefit. But that fellow didn't understand that and he became very aggressive when Krishna killed him. So, right, today's words which we read in the commentary by Vishwanath Thakur, he writes that great sages tell us we should not consider Bhrigu Muni an offender because this was orchestrated by Lord Vishnu himself. So Krishna is not partial, or Vishnu, Krishna is not partial. Krishna protected as Narsingadev, son of his enemy, Hiranyakashipu, because he was a devotee. And Krishna, as Dwarkadish, killed his own son, Narkasur, who is son of Vara Avatar, because he is Asura. So that proves Krishna is not partial. Hare Krishna. Any more questions? Yes, Nimai Nitai Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Roji.
Hare Krishna.
Especially for two things. One is this lesson which you said that, if little bit we can change in our life for Krishna's pleasure, that is actual growth. And also for that, which you're mentioning, that Mother Yashoda is always in anxiety because she sees every Devi now as Putana, and every time Krishna is near the trees, she feels that they will fall down. So much anxiety she is always in. Thank you very much, Roji. Prabhuji, you were mentioning these four sounds which are very rare. So the two of them are voice, Krishna's voice and Krishna's words. So what is the difference in these two things?
Well, there are some voice which are not into words. All these are voices. These are not words. And there is actual language, actual words. Right? Okay?
Hare Krishna. One more question if I can ask.
Yeah.
What will help me to begin this accepting to change for Krishna's pleasure? What will help me, or how will I be able to do it actually?
Well, on one side, there are reasons of not to change. That's attachments, that's comfort, that's fear, that's so many things. On other side, there is a motivation that when we change, we go closer to Krishna. So that motivation should be there. That the purpose of me joining ISKCON or the purpose of this human form of life is to go closer to Krishna, not remain at what I am, not be attached to what is happening around me or with me. So, this whole process Srila Prabhupada has given us, including chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, will help us to do that. So, it is not an intellectual exercise that by next Monday I will change this. It's not an intellectual exercise. It's chanting which will give us that realization and make us change from tamogun to rajogun, rajogun to satogun and further. So this change happens by the mercy of Krishna and His holy name and devotees. So we just continue to practice this process, and whenever we see I am responding to situations based on my lower modes, I gather my mode of goodness and respond in mode of goodness. Okay. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, wait. Hare Krishna. Yes.
So, very wonderful class, Prabhu. I just released the pastimes of this and many lessons you brought from these pastimes for practical applications. And thank you for that. And one of the questions and raised when this pastime happened, when Mother Yashoda see any unknown girl, she's very anxiety because she may be like Putana. So the Putana is dressing like a gopi, is disguised and try to kill Krishna. So here my question comes, that the way you expressed that people just bearing dhoti, kurta or kantimala, so it is not that external things matters, but the change in the heart, it matters. So how we as a devotees, when we see somebody is in a dress of a Vaishnava and everything, even in the fact of the gopis, the ladies, nowadays we see they complain. They will look like devotees, but they may harm or to Krishna. So how can we protect it by them? How can we protect by these Maya in the form of they are coming and to kill our Krishna consciousness? How can we protect ourselves?
Well, we don't use this information to judge others. We use this for ourselves. That I should not be a pretender. I should be honest performer of devotional service. And if I am sincere, then Krishna will protect me. So our protection is Krishna. Our insurance is Krishna. I remain sincere, Krishna will protect me. At the same time, we can have a discrimination between devotees that if this association is favorable to me, I accept. This association is unfavorable to me, I don't accept. That doesn't mean I judge the devotee as bad. That is offense. It is just not favorable to me. For example, as a diabetic patient, I will not accept gulab jamun. But that doesn't mean I say gulab jamun is bad. It is unfavorable to my body and health. So what is favorable to my association, I accept for my spiritual growth. What is unfavorable, I don't accept. But that is not a judgment. That devotee who is unfavorable to me may be favorable to somebody else. And somebody else coming in contact with that devotee may start chanting Hare Krishna, because the process is very powerful. Any devotee goes out to a new person on the streets and politely requests them to chant Hare Krishna, they will say Hare Krishna. So that devotee may be favorable to somebody else. So we should not judge using this philosophy. We should discriminate for our spiritual growth. Okay? And Krishna will protect us. We don't have to worry. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for the wonderful class. As this Leela goes, so one thought came in my mind that Bhrigu Muni's actions, the sages has approved him or selected him to select a worshipable person, and then he did these actions. And then later we see in Daksha sacrifices, when the of curses are going through the both parties, then he took part in that also. So how to understand this action of Bhrigu Muni? And other is maybe in this Leela also, Goddess Lakshmi also got offended. Then she cursed him, so that all the lineage become poverty stricken. So how could understood this? Because he is, according to the Vishnu's desire only, he is performing this lila. So he got the curse also. So how to understood it?
Well, because Daksh Prajapati used to give good dakshina, so Bhrigu Muni and his party got attracted to such ceremonies. So that is a flaw of a Brahmana if he is greedy. This is not to judge him, but all these pastimes in Bhagavatam are of great personalities for us to give a lesson. There may be many more parameters there. But as far as Bhagavatam is concerned, they were supporting Daksh Prajapati because he was on a good post. He was about to be promoted as a king of Prajapatis, leader of Prajapatis, and he was very popular and very wealthy. So they were supporting him for that purpose. And as far as Mother Lakshmi cursing Bhrigu Muni, yes, Lord Vishnu orchestrated all this, but still Bhrigu Muni had to bear the brunt of Mother Lakshmi because she got offended. Same thing, Akrura came to pick up Krishna Balram and took them to Mathura. That was arranged by Krishna only. But gopis were not happy with Akrura. So they called him Krur and they cursed him. Not cursed him, but they accepted an offense. And because of that, Akrura's intelligence got bewildered when Simantak Mani pastime Shatadhavana was killed and he took the diamond and ran away from Dwarka. So he had to be bereft of association of Krishna. Like gopis were bereft of association of Krishna, he had to be bereft of association of Krishna for some time away from Dwarka. So even in dealings with Vaishnava for purpose of Vishnu, we have to be very careful. So at the end of every service, we should beg forgiveness from a Vaishnava. Or every day when we morning do Vancha Kalpatrubhascha, so all the minor things happened, not intentionally, but due to service also some devotees may get offended or upset with us. That's possible. So we should beg forgiveness to keep our progress obstacle free. Okay? Thank you. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Dharmat Pranam. So, Guruji, I have two questions. The first one is that we see in this particular pastime that Lord Brahma gets offended by Bhrigu Muni's, actions. But then same Brahma, when he comes as Srila Haridas Thakur, he is so tolerant. So is it that because earlier he was in Mahamaya and now he's in Yogamaya? That is first question. Second is why Krishna wants to increase the anxiety of Mother Yashoda so much when she is already so Krishna conscious?
Well, Lord Brahma in Krishna Leela didn't have direct role in Vrindavan. The role he had is what to separate Krishna from his boys and calves, which was not a very desirable role to separate Krishna from his devotees. So he wanted next time to come in a very, very cooperative role and set an example. So Krishna awarded him the opportunity to come as Haridas Thakur and perform this. And second point about Yashoda Maya, when Krishna performs his childhood mischief, her vatsalya increases, her anxiety increases, her love becomes intensified, and that is a reward. See, Krishna Prem is nectar and poison together kind of experience. It is like extremely hot and extremely sweet sugarcane juice in your mouth. So hot that you want to spit it out, so sweet that you want to swallow it. But you can't do both. So the pain or anxiety of Mother Yashoda also increases the sweetness and intensity of love. So Krishna awards that to his devotees. So the intensity and sweetness increases. As far as Mother Yashoda is concerned, she is already an associate of Krishna. So when she is into anxiety, that is her pure love for Krishna. And the more Krishna does mischievous activities, the more Yashoda Maya's love increases. Even materially, if a child is doing some naughty activities, parents like it. If 24 hours the child is in the corner doing nothing, parents will say, what dumb child I have. Right? So when Krishna performs mischievous activities, Yashoda Maiya's love increases. So when Yashoda Maiya's love increases and there is an exchange between Krishna and Yashoda Maiya, the gopis and Vrajavasis see this love and their love increases. And 5,000 years later, today we are hearing about this, our love is increasing. Every day we hear Damodar Leela and our love is increasing. So it is all good for everybody.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Yeah, you had a question?
Yes, Roji.
Yeah.
Roji, you said there are two kinds of people. First are like in Yog Maya and second in Mahamaya. But third type of people who pretend to be like becoming humble and showing the mood of the sober devotee. So as I have heard, Prabhuji, if you don't have the that humbleness, we can at least show it till we develop and fully make it. So is it wrong, or what limitation we have to set for it?
No, we follow the etiquette. Even if I am not humble, I should behave humbly. Even if I don't like, I pay obeisances. That is behaving humbly. But we don't claim to be under Yoga Maya beyond the three modes of material nature. We don't claim that. So what I mentioned about devotees who are under Mahamaya but pose or claim as if I am under Yoga Maya. They are called pretenders, dhongis. Not a sadhu, but claiming himself to be a sadhu. Not a brahmachari, but claiming himself to be a brahmachari. Not a uttama, but claiming himself to be uttama. That is not desirable. Pretender. That pretender Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't like. He's patita pavan, not pretender pavan, not kapat pavan. That cheating he doesn't like. We should be honest. An honest person is accepted. The cheater is not accepted. So we don't claim to be beyond the three modes just because our behavior is pleasant. You got it? Okay? Oh, do we have time? Okay.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
Hare Krishna.
प्रभु जी, हम जब भगवान को हम दीप दिखाते हैं तो हमारा क्या भाव होना चाहिए, और हम भगवान से क्या प्रार्थना कर सकते हैं?
कार्तिक में दीप दिखाने से भगवान प्रसन्न होते हैं, तो हम भगवान की प्रसन्नता के लिए कर रहे हैं। बस ये भाव है, हमें कुछ चाहिए नहीं। कृष्णा इज हैप्पी बाय डूइंग दैट। आवर होल लाइफ कृष्णा इज शुड बी हैप्पी। सेकेंड क्वेश्चन क्या था?
हम भगवान से क्या प्रार्थना कर सकते हैं?
कि हमें शुद्ध भक्ति दीजिए। ना धनम ना जनम ना सुंदरीम कविता वा जगदीश काम है मम जन्मनि जन्मनि से भवता भक्ति है तो की तो प्लीज गिव मी प्योर डिवोशनल सर्विस। ओके, पीछे आगर।
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the nice class. So, in the purport, it is mentioned that in the opinion of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti, the sage should not be condemned for his offensive behavior. Also, we see that Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Apichet Sudurachara Bhajate Mam Andanya Bhag Sadhu Reva Sumanta. So, we must consider him as a sadhu. But still, we see that Lakshmi, goddess of fortune, has cursed. Now, my question is, now in my case, as a beginner, how should I see if there is some offense happening around? What should my vision, and how should I see that thing? How should I deal with it so that I don't make any offense? Thank you. Hare Krishna.
So you see offense happening around with you or otherwise?
Yeah, otherwise.
Okay, so we don't judge devotees. Whenever there is conflict between two devotees, we should know there are three sides of story. This side, and truth. Truth is different from both the sides. So we should not judge. We should let, if it is a managerial situation, let the management above them deal with it. If they come to us, we can hear empathetically and encourage them to follow Vaishnava etiquette and surrender to Krishna. Krishna will take care. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Vrindavan Das Thakur also writes, we should not take sides. If they are friend to us and we have sympathy because we have emotional connect, we encourage them, we help them to continue to practice bhakti. But if at all you want to reach to a conclusion, you have to hear and get truth. Because generally it's not black and white. Right? So we should be very careful in forming conclusions. Does that answer?
So Prabhuji, you're saying that we should report to the authority like that if we are seeing some offense.
Okay. Yeah, we can. If they are not sorting out among themselves, we can report. They will help them. If it is a managerial situation, it requires a managerial decision. Right? Madhav Sundar Prabhu, maybe last question. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, you were mentioning that saint should be humble, but at the same time, somebody is behaving humble, it may not be saint because it may be hypocrisy also. Now, my question is that suppose I am preaching, so while preaching, we have to become humble, like dante trana dhana nidhakam, that principle is there. Because you go humbly, then people become favorable. So at the same time, I have to manage something. I have to manage devotee also. In the management, we have to become straightforward, means apply the rules, regulation, etc. So the tendency of becoming humble in front of outsider to get attract and give Krishna consciousness, that same tendency may be come into the association of devotee also and become, means internally we are not humble, but outside we may speak the sweet words. So these both are true, because for these people I am raising in Krishna consciousness. So certain thing I have to not go by straightforward. Straightforward, I mean, I am understanding that we cannot impose the management for the devotees on the devotees at certain point of time, because their level is not that. So how to understand this? How to strike the balance? You are getting?
Well, humility and straightforwardness are not contradictory to each other. I can understand there are different audiences with whom a different quality may be more primarily suitable, but they are not contradictory to each other. You can be straightforward and humble together, which means you present the requirements straight, but in a humble tone, not as an authority or a dictator, not as a superior, but as a humble servant of Krishna. So I am humble servant of Krishna. Was Hanuman straightforward? And was he humble? Yes. And he went and burned whole Lanka. Straightforward. Straight burning he did. Right? And he's humble also. He's servant of Ram. He's never known as boss of anybody. You heard Hanuman had any consigliere or anybody reported to him? He's always humble. Servant of Ram. Ram Das. But he's also warrior. So we can do both. So management is a very mature service, right? Preaching also is mature service, but management, preaching you are involved with sometimes devotees and sometimes new people. Management you are mostly involved with senior devotees sometimes. So it's very mature service. We should do it in such a way that we don't do offenses. So we can learn from some managers who are already involved. So they are not contradictory to each other. Okay? If your straightforwardness affects your humility, or if your humility affects your straightforwardness, that means a maturity is required. Okay?
Can you give some examples? Straightforwardness, humility. both are aligning at mature behavior.
I think you already have an example in mind. That's why you asked the question. I'll have to think over it. And it's 9:30 a.m. I don't know, something quickly comes. Nothing quickly is coming to my mind. It's not, I can't hear. You can speak on the phone, mic.
From Bhagavatam or some Chaitanya Charitamrita, can you give some example? Maturity.
I gave example of Hanuman. Let everybody take prasad, I'll think and get you back. So that's was straightforward and humble also. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.